It's been quite the year. So I've been thinking a lot about how we can end the year strong, how we can end the year on a better note together as a community. And I've decided to start a workout challenge, a shred challenge on the 1st of December, and it runs until the 24th of December. To join the challenge, you need absolutely nothing. No equipment, no money, no nothing. So there is really no excuse to not join the challenge. I made a free guide in order to make it a structured program. So if you want to join, which you kind of have to, then make sure to join my mailing list. I'll pop the link in the description box down below. All workouts will be follow along style, but some days we do more than one workout. So you need the guide in order to know what you need to be doing. It is called a shred challenge, but you don't need to shred if you don't want to. Again, in the guide, it is explained how to make sure that your nutrition is aligned with your personal goals. And if you prefer to train with equipment or in the gym, then that is perfectly fine as well. I'll make sure to add the proper modifications where possible. That being said, make sure to get my free guide in the description box down below, and let's continue with this full day of eating and training. And then I'll see you on the 1st of December. What better way to start your day than by making a special coffee? Now, honestly, I don't really make this very often. I usually start my day with having a quick espresso and just run out the door because I need to walk my pup. But this morning I just felt like romanticizing my morning. I don't know, there's just something about taking some extra time out of your day to make a coffee and just to start it off on a good note. For this coffee, I'm using 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then 2 tablespoons of hot water. And then I mix it with a hand mixer, which makes my life so much easier, until it is very fluffy. And then I add some ice to a glass. I add some foaming oat milk. It's warm just because it gets more thick that way, but then it cools off with the ice, of course. And then I add the coffee fluff, and there you have the best day to start your morning, a special coffee with a lot of caffeine, so it definitely gives a kick. And then I am baking my oats for breakfast because the temperature dropped a little here, so I feel like having a warm autumnal breakfast, and I love the way that it makes the house smell since it's in the oven for like 17 minutes or so. It just gives the best autumn vibe. But this is a bit of a different recipe than I've used before. I love trying different recipes. This one is a bit heavier on the stomach. It's a little bit more dense and it gives a bit less volume as the other recipe that I tried in my previous video, but I just love how it tastes because it tastes a little bit more like cake. For the ingredients, I started making 1 portion, but then when I added it to the baking pan, I realized that that was not enough. So I made a double portion and then I saved the other half so that I can have it tomorrow. I also love eating this cold because it's just very easy. But I'm using my Women's Best protein in the cookies and cream flavor. I love going for like a neutral flavor so it doesn't really change the flavor of the dish because I don't really like the artificial sweet taste. And then I'm using oats, of course, and some flour. You can use any type of flour that you like. I'm using spelt flour for this. I just add all the different ingredients, I mix it up until I have the desired consistency, and then I realized that I didn't have enough, so I made a double portion and then added it to the mix. And then I throw in some fruits that I like, and I picked blueberry and banana. I had some inspo with the Biscoff cookies, the lotus cookies, which just taste like autumn again for me, Christmas maybe. I just thought that blueberries and banana would go really well with it, but you can also use apple, for example, and cinnamon, whatever you like. You can go crazy with this. I put it in the oven at 170 degrees Celsius, I think, at a lower heat because I don't want my toppings to burn. And then I just check whenever I put like a fork in it and it comes out clean, then I know that it is completely done. Add your favorite toppings and there you have breakfast. It is time to make lunch, and I'm starting with roasting some chickpeas. For that I'm using a bit of avocado oil and some spices. You can use any spices that you like. I'm using tahini and then a bit of Himalayan salt and some paprika to make them a little bit more spicy, because I love that with the crunch. And then I just mix everything up and I put them in the air fryer, which is so easy. And then while that is in the air fryer, I'm heating up some oil in the pan and I'm making some tofu. And then I add a tablespoon of soy sauce while I'm baking the tofu until it's golden brown. And then I save half of the portion that I made for tomorrow. So I have a bit of a meal prep. And then I am grabbing approximately 250 grams of cooked rice, which I already meal prepped days before. So that is super easy. And then I add a cucumber and my chickpeas that are now extremely crunchy and delicious. I'm adding the tofu, and then I'm also adding an avocado or half of an avocado on top with some more spices and some Caesar yogurt dressing. I thought that would go really well with the dish. And that is the lunch. Now it is time to go train. I always start with a warm-up. My warm-up is usually between 5 or 10 minutes. 5 minutes maybe when I'm already warm and training in the gym, and then 10 minutes on my leg day or when I'm cold or when I'm training outside. I'm starting my upper body day with a shoulder press. I always start with the muscle group that I focus on, and today it is shoulders. So I'm starting with a shoulder press variation. I first do 5 reps with one side, then I perform an iso hold with that side and I do 5 reps with the other side, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, and I do 3 sets in total. Then I move on to a superset between seated lateral raises, as you see me doing here, 15 reps, and then seated front raises, again 15 reps, and I do 3 supersets in total. A superset is when you perform 2 exercises back to back with no rest in between these sets, but you can rest after you finish a superset. Since shoulders are usually a vertical push, I like performing a vertical pull afterwards, and I'm doing a lat pull down. Make sure that your shoulder blades are back and down, and then you want to pull towards your chest. So you don't want to pull in front of you, if that makes sense. And then I always hold the bar for 1 second at the bottom position before I return it in a controlled way. 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Then I'm moving on to a horizontal pull exercise, again to target the back. This is a unilateral exercise. I'm performing my right side here, and I do 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps per side. I love doing unilateral exercises to help with preventing muscular imbalances. And then afterwards I do a horizontal push exercise. This one is for the chest, because I train every muscle group, also chest. This is an incline press, which is honestly one of my favorites, and I do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Then I'm moving on to arms. I do 1 isolation exercise for biceps and 1 isolation exercise for triceps. This one is for biceps, and I'm doing an alternating bicep curl. I aim for 3 sets at 15 reps, but I usually hit like 12, and then when I hit 15 I increase the weights. And with the tricep dip, you want to make sure that your upper body stays very close to the bench and really focus on pushing with your triceps. 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. And there you have your full upper body day. For dinner, I am heating up some oil in the pan, and then I'm putting some garlic to it, which honestly smells so nice. I'm doing it because I want to make shrimp, and shrimp doesn't really have a lot of taste, if you ask me. So I love making it with garlic. And then at the same time, I'm also baking some zucchini. And you can see Loie, she smelled the shrimp. She isn't allowed to jump on, but I didn't notice it. So she got me there with the footage. And then I am adding the zucchini to the shrimp, and then I'm adding some oat milk and some Philadelphia to make like a quick sauce for the pasta. And this time I'm making ravioli, and I'm hoping that I'm saying it correctly. I'm sorry. I think last time I said gnocchi when it was something different. I don't know my pastas, I'm sorry. I just know that they taste really nice, and you only have to cook them for like a few minutes, so that's perfect. And then I'm adding the 4 ravioli to a plate. I'm adding some spinach, which was already getting a bit bad, so I plucked some bad ones out. And then I'm adding the sauce that I made with the zucchini, Philadelphia, and the shrimp. I'm adding some cheese on top of it, like chef kiss. and some tomatoes because I wanted to have a pop of color. And that was it. Thank you so much for watching my full day of eating and training. I hope you enjoyed this video, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.